What is going on? I'm ZMOT coming to you live from iOS 16. If you are on an Apple device, iOS 16 is super duper safe to update to. By the way, do make sure you renew your creator code. It's probably expired by now. Don't use ZMOT, use ZMOT or ZMOT as I prefer to call it. I mentioned the iOS thing because a couple of the betas have broken Boom Beach, so I always make sure to update whenever I can. That way I can let you guys know, hey, all is well, coast is clear. Now, my other account is safely parked, comfortably parked in Diamond. This is my second account, my dirty, filthy, disgusting account. Gonna show you some quick hits on how to make your attacks better, how to beat these dirty, dirty, filthy bases. And there are some very, very simple mistakes people are making. So what I want to show you is my attack versus Tom Gar for starters. I did a couple smart things here, figured I could show them to you. First of all, we are going to pause right here. We're going to get out the new fancy drawing things. It looks exactly like the old fancy drawing things. If you look at this, we can get all of these buildings right here with zero need for heavies. Bombardiers outrange every single one of those buildings, and rocket launchers don't quite range. Rocket launchers don't quite range. Boom cannon doesn't range. Boom cannon doesn't range. Doom cannon doesn't range. So dropping your heavies early here has zero advantage. Dropping heavies on that left-hand side would just mean you're going to end up losing troops when you have no need to do so. So what we do instead is we just drop our bombardiers slowly and casually. You can see that rocket launcher doesn't range, that rocket launcher doesn't range. Bombardiers, generally speaking, do outrange mortars, so we can just chill here. No heavies needed, and then slowly, as we start to get towards the range of that rocket launcher, we are going to start dropping those heavies so that they appear at just the right time. I was a little teeny tiny bit late because that one bombardier stepped into range, but we've got critters for that, we've got shocks for that, our heavies are coming. Kavan will start doing some healing, so this left-hand side is taken care of. We've got some heavies out front, not too many heavies, by the way. So if we had 4 boats of heavies out here, that that flamethrower would be damaging all 4 boats. Instead, we've only got 1 boat of heavies, so it's only damaging a couple heavies at a time. Don't drop all your troops at once. Now, speaking of the right-hand side, now, that one rocket launcher is the only thing that ranges. Otherwise, we can, again, let's do one more pause here. If we look at this right-hand side, that boom cannon and SEMO are way back, so we can clear basically all of this stuff here with 0 shocks if we just drop bombardiers. Getting rid of the rocket launcher, using your artillery on a key building is so clutch on 5 engine rooms. A lot of the times you can just remove 1 boom cannon and have all of your super warriors doing magical work. So this attack definitely wasn't perfect. Like, Kavan started to get hit here, started to get almost dead here, trying to keep him alive using the crystal shield, not quite doing a decent job. Heavy's coming in at a pretty good time there. Like, you definitely have to be on top of it because there's shocks on both sides of the map. Things are a little bit squirrely because you could tell I was focusing on the right, the left-hand side, almost lost all the troops, but we end up taking this down and had a very good time in the process. So I guess I just can't stress enough, don't drop all your troops at once, and don't drop your heavies until you absolutely have to. So we're going to get into some live attacks here, hoping to show you guys how to take down some dirty bases. If you're wondering why this account is in 5 engine rooms, I have every single defense in 5 engine rooms, including that extra rocket launcher that's right about there. Super dirty base, but I do not have enough keys to get into the shock launcher at 6, and that is where I am holding out for. Yes, barrage is helpful, but for a dirty, filthy defensive base, that shock launcher is a bigger deal for me. So we're gonna get in, do some live hits. Now, these attacks are not going to be perfect, but hopefully you can glean some tips from this on how to make your own attacks better. And if you happen to notice something that I'm doing poorly, please hit me up in the comments. just try and say it politely. The old "you suck" is always a good one. And I know someone will say "you suck" in the comments, and it's kind of like when I say "please don't ask about the dev." Oh, I love 4 engine room bases. 4 engine room if you're still on 4 engine rooms, I don't know how you're winning. Every time I see a 4 engine room base on the leaderboard, it just makes me scratch my head because they are so ridiculously easy. We're just going to drop all of our Seekers over here, one boat there, then we're going to wait a couple seconds, and then all of the boats, and then we're going to, might as well smoke past that flamethrower, I suppose, just to be somewhat sneaky. We're going to keep all of our troops just closing on in. We're actually going to use a lot of our gunboat energy because I don't have that extra gunboat energy that comes with the 6 engine room level, but we can just cruise through all of this stuff. That first boat is there specifically to be a bunch of minesweepers, and then we're just going to go something like this, getting all of our troops on those engine rooms, and then we're just going to collect the easy peasy lemon squeezy super easy win. Like, just ridiculous how easy 4 engine room bases are. So if you're still at 4 engine rooms, know that you must know that Seekers are coming for you. There's definitely a cap before you get to 21. If you've managed to get into Diamond with 4 engine rooms, I'd love to see your base, because Seekers just cruise through 4 engine room bases so easily. It's crazy. I don't know how 4 engine room bases are doing it, but I would love to see your base if you're hanging out, because I have yet to see one that Seekers can't just cruise through. There's a couple different people trying to squeeze things in different directions, but that wasn't... We're going to include that in the video just because it doesn't hurt to include that, but hopefully we can show you more of what I'm talking about as far as the flares. And there we go. There's a 4 engine room base that looks a little bit more difficult. Don't have barrage, so... Oh, I'm eating my words today. This is not going super duper well. One shock mine there. Is there a shock mine there? Yep, there sure is. Shock mines all over the place. I'm going to go... Oops, need to switch my troops. I am terrible at that. I've done so many attacks where I did not switch my troops when I meant to switch my troops, and I have just been absolutely crushed as a result. So I guess the next tip is make darn sure that you switch your troops before you hit attack, because I have been burned by that so many times this season. It is bananas how many times I've screwed that up. B-A-N-A-N-A. You get the idea. Okay, let's go. Getting that first boat of minesweepers out there. This is not what I've been trying to show you guys. I'm trying to show you guys cooler stuff, but just not happening thanks to the RNGesus. Hoping that we can squeeze all of these troops into here, though. We're going to get all of our stuff into there. We're going to have to hit a couple shock mines in the process. Oops, I almost hit the wrong button. I almost hit the second wind when I was trying not to do that. So going to have to get rid of one more shock mine in there, one more on the shocky shocks there, and then might as well just throw all of this into our... crystal shield, trying to get that final engine room. It's gonna be tough. A couple of our troops hit shock mines that I did not clear early on. It's gonna be super hit and miss. Are we gonna get it down? No, I screwed it up. That's where you need barrage. But on the plus side, as Kavan runs back to his little teeny tiny boat, let's see if they can get all of my engine rooms. Looks like they are not going to get all of them. So it's going to be super close here, folks. Need that shock to come out. Need that boom cannon to start hitting things in the face. Doom cannon also doing some great things. Rocket launcher. This is going to be so darn close. If they would have flared that back engine room, they probably would have beat me. Let's see what they're going to do here. Oh, more bombardiers coming in here. Doom cannon, do your best. Now, if they flare that engine room, they can... Oh, they're going for the Doom Cannon! That is foolish. Do you have a shock? We're going to get them right here, right now. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Come on, Mortar, help us out here. Yep, Mortar helping us out as well. Doom Cannon, boom, shaka, laka. Not how I like to win, especially after I was bad-mouthing the 4 engine room layouts, but there's your answer. 4 engine rooms need to be spread out a little bit. Don't throw them all in that back corner. That is just a fool's errand. Whew, that was a something. Come on, give me a 5. Give me a 6. Give me... maybe I'll take a 4 using troops just for the sake of it. But let's have a look. See if we can't... Come on. There we go. There's a 5. But the problem is this 5 is a terrible layout as well. Like, this is just begging to be seekered. What is going on? I cannot get a base for the life of me. This base, like, if you look at this, it is just a complete and utter S show. Like, just a complete and utter mess. Let's go like this. We're going to drop you there. Same thing. Dropping all of our seekers there, getting them to wrap around. They're going to go to that engine room right there, I assume. And then we're just going to throw our smokes right about there. And then just cruise on in. I am going to shock the CMO just because I don't like dealing with CMOs. And then we're going to go 2 shocks into right about there. Actually, those are actually smokes, not shocks. Getting all of our troops in and amongst the things. 1 shock there. Also throwing out that right there. And then we're just going to cruise through every single one of these engine rooms. Bit by stinking little tiny bit. All of the engine rooms going down, like, just such a bad base. Hopefully you guys see that. Getting your seekers, don't send them up to the left, send them up the right, just like you do against 4 engine room bases, and then lots of GBE left over. Boom. Shaka to the laka. Good night, Mr. Squig. What do you got for us, Squig? Are you coming in? Yep, doing all right. Getting a bunch of defenses down. You're probably, actually, you might actually get all of my engine rooms. If so, I'll be very, very impressed. 239. They've got a decent time running. Be curious to see if they can actually pull this puppy off. Kavan is dead, and things start to deteriorate quickly when Kavan is dead. You're going to watch just how quickly they start to lose troops. That there cannon was doing all sorts of good stuff. Boom cannon, rocket launcher, just pummeling. I gotta say, the 5 engine room base is way, way, way more scary than the 4, and this person's base just didn't quite do all the right things, unfortunately. So we're gonna pick up the win. I think they might just get the best time against me, though. Like I said, my best time against my base that I've seen is 1 minute 39 seconds. They're gonna be fairly close to that if they can get this base down. Oh, that super warrior dying right there, definitely playing a massive factor in there as that rocket launcher starts to melt their face and that mine is sitting next to them. You almost had it, Squig. Good game. G to the G. Let's do one more battle. I've been trying to show you guys not seekers, and then it's been all seekers. So I feel like maybe people's bases overnight have started to go too much to stop the heavy bombardier / grenadier attacks. By the way, I have not used grenadiers yet this season. If you're using them, would love to hear about it. This one looks a little bit better. So you'll notice here, Doom Cannon. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. Let's first of all change our troops. Then we're going to bring this in here. And then Doom Cannon does range that back corner, so we can't BART out that Boom Cannon, unfortunately. That rocket launcher, though, getting rid of that's going to do us all sorts of value, I think. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. My artillery's only tick 4, so it's going to take a couple extra shots. It's frustrating. It feels like a huge waste, but you know what? We just brought it so that now we can show off the whole purpose of that video, which is bringing in our bombardiers with no heavies. Bombardiers should be able to clear basically all of this stuff back to that machine gun or so on the left-hand side. And then I'm going to bring a couple more bombardiers and finally bring Kavan. And then, I don't know why I didn't bring Kavan to start with, to be completely honest, but here is what I've been trying to show you this entire video. Look at this. We're going to get a whole bunch of value out of this. That mortar took out 1 bombardier, got taken out 2 bombardiers, but Kavan can bring those puppies back, and now we're just cruising through, clearing this entire front of this base. Gonna start popping a few more of those heavy dudes, and then slowly but surely, you see the execution wasn't perfect there, but hopefully you guys can see the value of what I've been talking about here. This is going to be my last attack, win, lose, or draw. We're going to try to get all of our heavies in and amongst through that their stuff. I'm going to drop you back there while we've got all of this stuff shocked. And then hopefully, that Doom Cannon is not going to notice. Those rocket launchers are going to turn and face the wrong direction. And we are going to get all sorts of value out of all sorts of stuff happening here. So that back heavy warrior, super warrior, whatever the heck I'm supposed to call it, is getting great job distracting all of those rocket launchers there. Let's get one more back there to be completely and utterly crazy. Clearing all of this stuff. This attack, like I said, has been not perfect. I did not expect my attack to be perfect. Very few of my attacks this season have been perfect. But we're going to get all of the engine rooms, I think, I'm almost certain. And at the same time, we're also going to get a fairly decent time. Like I said, the fastest time against me was 1 minute 39 seconds. We are going to be barely underneath that time. Maybe. Probably shouldn't have flared the engine room there, but I desperately want to get at least one more shot out so that we can beat that time, and we did not beat it. But I've got 2 engine rooms standing, 1 engine room standing. Come on, Matt, are you going to beat us? Nope, we're going to pick up the win. We're going to also cause them to fizzle. They came very close to getting all of the engines, but again, 5 engine room. Matt, I love it. Art on Kavan, you've already lost. Thank you for saving us watching that entire walk backwards. That's going to be the video today, though. Definitely poor execution on my part. Poor RNG on Supercell's part, giving me all Seeker bases, but I shall talk to you soon. Hit me up in the comments if that helped, didn't help, if you're jumping to iOS 16, if you had a great weekend, or if you saw my contest on the Twitters. I shall talk to you soon. I'm ZMOT. Peace.